Damn, that was cool as hell,
Yeah, we
man.
got an intro.
We got an intro. We're
We
gonna do
got
that.
numbers.
We're gonna do that every time now, dude.
Something like
That's
that.
that's badass.
Everything we do a little bit organically here. So we're a couple
Mhm.
improvers. Hello, welcome to Side by Side Movies Podcast. The intro kind of helped us out a little bit. My name is CJ Robles,
And I'm Ben Garrett.
and welcome. We're two buddies that watch two movies, and we try to find two things that are in common with each of those two movies, and the two of us try to just talk about them. Talk about those two movies whenever the two of us get a time to. So today we chose
Me too.
the Big Lebowski. Sorry, you got me. I had to because I was just reading the screen and then I heard you in my ears. So
Yeah.
get started with the Big Lebowski, 1998, rated R, 1 hour 57 minutes. Jeff the Dude Lebowski, mistaken for a millionaire of the same name, seeks restitution for his ruined rug and enlists his bowling buddies to help get it. Directors Joel and Ethan Cohen, uncredited. Writers Ethan and Joel Cohen. Stars Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Julianne Moore. And we are comparing that to Stuck on You, 2003, PG 13, 1 hour 58 minutes. Conjoined twins from Martha's Vineyard moved to Los Angeles so one of them can pursue an acting career. Directors Bobby and Peter Farley, writers Charles B. Wessler, Bennett Yellen, and Peter and Bobby Farley. Stars Matt Damon, Greg Kinnear, and Eva Mendes. Just wanted to get that out the way. How you doing, Ben?
Doing fine this Wednesday morning.
Morning, morning. Just for everybody,
Morning,
real
morning.
quick, we might get interrupted. We might have to pause. We might not. We'll see how long we go. Started a little bit late. We did a little tag. I fell asleep, woke up, fell asleep. I was broken sleep, broken sleep.
It makes the best of us, right?
It does. I'm definitely without even knowing because I just kind of woke up and came straight to this. I'm kind of in my dude attire.
Yeah, man. You had me fooled. I thought that was a full shirt until you
The
lifted it up for a
sleeves,
second.
yeah,
I was like, oh man, it's not. But I like
yeah,
that Black Panther shirt, man.
yeah.
I
It's
think
from my. You think what?
ooh, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, it's from my.
Uh, no, you say it. You've already started it
No,
twice.
I
You
said it's
got
from
to
the from. It was one year. I took a in the AGBL, the basketball league I'm in. I sponsored a team, and then I was put on a team. So this was the team I was put on. Got to the championship, but we didn't win. But I think I know why. I got footage, but we'll see.
Oh,
Nah, nah. But
oh,
I like. Nah, it was for fun. It was a couple years ago. I miss that. Like I remember just recently having a conversation when it was quiet and the downtime, and I said I miss playing basketball. I miss doing that. And the segue into the movies or whatnot, the bowling league that you see in the Big Lebowski, like they
tell me why I was watching The Big Lebowski and I was like, he kept on saying Kingpin, and I was like, nah. And I was like, dude, that would have been a perfect comparison because they're both bowling movies. Wasn't that Peter and Bobby Farley too? Kingpin.
Kingpin, yeah, I get it. I think it is the Farley brothers, yeah.
Damn. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude,
But don't get me wrong, Stuck on You is great. But that would have been like bowling and the brothers. Oh,
and to be honest with you, right off the top of my head, I would say like Kingpin is like like a little bit more funnier. But then watching Stuck on You, and I hadn't seen it in so long, I was like, oh, this is funny. This is
there's a lot of little stuff that's really funny if you catch on to it.
that's what I wanted to
So
say. It's all the little settle things in Stuck on You that stick out. Like all the as
stuck stuck on you that stick out.
that stick out. I think I
Hey,
think that
I have a favor to ask for you
what's up?
from you. Can you watch Stuck on You and I watch The Big Lebowski and you like bring up scenes? Because, or I guess we'll do it whenever we get there.
Oh, it's been a minute
Because
since we've seen the movie.
yeah, well, yeah, that, and I only got to watch it one. Like I watched it one and a half times.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, man, I just that's why I said it's all about the little stuff. So I think if we can catch that, man, that'll be great.
Well,
But
yeah,
no,
I'll put it on. I'll just what do you call it? Let me see real quick. I'll get it going. I think that sorry, what was I doing? Here we go. I think that the fact that we have these two movies to I go. But yeah, we'll get started with Big Lebowski, and then we'll move on to Stuck on You. But Stuck on You is one of those movies that it falls under my I own movies when I was younger. I
Hmm.
remember buying this movie, and I just remember watching it a lot. And I there's a lot of things I remember, a lot of things I picked up. But one of the things that what is this? Let me check something real quick because I was gonna. All right, one thing I thought about the movie was I remember a lot of the good parts, but I remember like bringing back like a lot of parts that I remember, but they're funnier this go around.
What
Like they
I have to ask. Okay, so whenever I first saw Stuck on You, there was one scene that just like that is my memory of this movie. Okay. If you had to say that about Stuck on You, like whenever you think Stuck on You, what's the first scene that comes to mind?
well, the one that really sticks out to me was in the trailer was
Hmm.
when Greg Kinnear's in the bus and then Matt Damon's on the outside, like hanging
Okay.
on. Like that's like the first image that comes to me. But for the movie, if I'm gonna watch it again, you know who sticks out to me? Mel Streep sticks out to me in that movie.
She did. I totally forgot she was in this. Honestly, dude,
Me
like
too.
I
Me too.
totally forgot. And yeah, dude. And mm, mine, mine's the agent. Or
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
is the agent.
was it
I
Maury or
we'll
Maury?
get to his. Yeah, we'll get to his name a little bit later because I can't just off the top of remember the actual actor. Um, but whenever he's whizzing around on his scooter. He's like, he goes out the door. He's like, "Come on!" And then just like that little scene, man.
Yeah, he does stick out a
Oh,
lot.
and then whenever I was watching it this time, I totally forgot. Like they were in a cab or something like that, and he was like keeping up with them.
That's right. Kind of
Like
like
that.
in the rocker when he's like running next to the van,
Yeah.
like he's going and he's right next to it, like, oh, he's keeping up with us. How's he doing that? Yeah, no, let's get started with Lebowski, Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, like this movie, off the top of my head, like
This film,
oh,
sir.
this, yeah, this film,
This is a film.
this is a
Like,
film. So difference between a movie and a film.
so a film is going to be like an art piece. It's going to be a movie that is visually entertaining, stimulates the mind, uh, and can get you to feel for characters without really. I don't know, man. You get to feel for the characters in a different way. Like they're not shoving it down your face. Whereas a movie to me is like a blockbuster. You know, that's a
Yeah,
movie.
like
That's
Fast and the
a
Furious.
Fast and
Like
Furious.
even though I haven't seen Drive,
I
but
mean,
like
even MCU, those are movies. All right, in my opinion. Now, as a collective, they're films. If that makes sense, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
all of them together is a that is a work of art, in my opinion.
Uh,
But each individual one, movie.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like Kevin Smith was saying, he goes like Clerks is a film, Mallrats is a movie, and then he says Chasing Amy is a film,
Yeah,
and he said something else like, and then another like, and it wasn't Dogma because Dogma was a film. And then he said something I think maybe like Yoga Hosers or something is a movie,
movie.
and
Yeah.
but basically I guess what I mean I
Ooh,
totally
would you
understand.
say Clerks Two is a film or a movie?
Nah, it's a movie, but it's
Uh,
I don't know. See,
It's
that's the
move.
thing. Like you can't.
It's not even trying to be a film.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't, because to me they're the same thing. But I honestly think with film, I get out of the digital. Like I honestly, because they filmed in 38 or is it 38 millimeters. So that's what I call a film because I actually use film. Now after like I want to say 2015, wherever I don't really consider them films. Now the digital movies that feel like films that have that this kind of feel with modern day with this kind of feel in it, yeah, I'll call those more filmish. But to me, they're all movies nowadays. Because actually using the 38 millimeters is what I would totally consider a film. Especially, I guess the feeling though. But if it's like to be like an art piece, definitely like like because they have those art house movies
Yeah,
where you just where they're just super artsy. Was the A24 also the one like stuff like that?
A24. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You got you some into that stuff. Yeah, I think like A24 is very artsy. Like, but I think that's what they're look for. Where you have
Yeah.
something like New Line Cinema, which I always loved the New Line Cinema, where
Hmm.
you see you're already getting kind of some like, oh, is this sci-fi horror? What is this? Like, you're gonna get something like that. But with Big Lebowski, it's also what I think a film is like the way the story's told. The story's told like, I mean, I haven't seen the movie like through and through for probably I don't know 10 years, but I've seen a lot of the scenes. I remember a lot of the movie, but to actually sit down and watch it, which has been recently, I picked up so many things. One thing because it's ah okay, we could actually dissect this film. The John Goodman character,
Oh,
Walt,
you mean Alex Jones?
Alex Jones, like Walt. He's it's crazy because one is John Goodman, but
Yeah.
two, like you have a friend that's just kind of taking things into his own hands and doing like when like I don't know, it's the dude's fault for bringing him along,
Mm-hmm.
but like certain things like that. And then Steve Buscemi's character, I didn't. He's got like it's like shut the fuck up, Donnie, Donnie. Like there got to be a drinking game where how many times he tells him to shut the fuck up, like he's like shut the fuck up, Donnie, Donnie,
Out of your element, Donnie.
Donnie. Yeah, and it's just like he's basically, and also I didn't pick up that Walt is like a PTSD, mental health.
Yep.
He's on the edge, but the bowling alley seems to bring them together. The bowling alley seems to kind of keep their because even like it's kind of like
Well,
in
maybe because he pulled a gun on somebody in a bowling alley.
yeah, but they didn't get kicked out.
Yeah, they did.
No, they walked out. Remember?
I'm
He did.
pretty
He
sure they got kicked out, bro.
no, I don't think he get kicked. I didn't think kicked out because I remember.
They,
Remember Jesus?
the owner was probably like, you need to leave.
Okay, you can't make it
Well,
up. Did we see that?
actually, you may be right because
He didn't
why
get kicked.
would they didn't get kicked out because the police were called, and so they probably just got the hell out of there. You're right.
Yeah, so they didn't get kicked out. So what happens is like that happens a couple of times because you see the first time when they come out, and, like the car always gets like it's already a shitty car, and his car
Hmm.
gets like shittier and shittier. Like I don't know what that's about, but one thing I pick up from the dude is like he's like the laid back, just really like he explains what he is. I'm just the dude. I'm just there. Like he's and it's also to me like he symbolizes a lot of people that it's also L.A. like that are just kind of we're just kind of mosey on, just living, existing. I guess is what I kind of get from the dude. But
Hmm.
like with that scene, because cause remember Jesus pulls out, he goes, "Don't you pull out that gun shit on me, man!" Like, cause he,
Mm,
cause it's like if he's able to get away with it. Cause ever John Totoro, dude, is that the first time we have him on here?
I think so.
I think
Yeah,
it's so.
and
Yeah,
I don't know if you know this, but there's actually he has another movie with this role, and it's called Jesus Rolls.
I've seen it long time ago, man.
I haven't seen it, but I saw that it was coming out. I was like, it was
Is it?
like
It's an.
2017, and it
Is it?
was
I think I have. I haven't seen it. I don't think. No, I know. I've seen the trailer. I know. I think I've
yeah.
seen something
I've seen the
similar.
trailer. Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. But yeah, that's right. He's supposed to be. Yeah, they talked about that for a minute. I think it's supposed to come out a while back, and
yeah.
but even like that, 2017 is 4 years ago.
Mhm.
But also with just like what was I gonna say? Like just seeing these characters and seeing the way they interact. There's not that many people. The story just kind of loops itself. And then you find out that the older gentleman, the actual the Lebowski, the other guy, that there's a spoilers alert. It's a twist there,
Yeah.
and that he is the actual what do you call it? Like he's doing a play. All right, so we'll see. We're probably gonna have to take a pause. We started a little bit late, but we'll see where we get. I think 10:30. We might have to like take a pause, but we'll see.
Okay.
So let's keep diving in, and then we'll do our little boom. There we go.
Hey.
So I think for the most part, like this, like you have a lot of characters in this movie that they kind of interact. I mean, you have it's a star-studded cast. Just to get it out the way, I mean, you starting off with Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Julianne Moore, Steve Buscemi, and then the big Lebowski is David Huddleston. It's Phillips Seymour Hoffman, Tara Reid. I forgot Tara Reid was in this.
Hmm.
And then you have Peter Stormare, Flea.
Yeah.
And
This is our. He's a repeat offender, isn't he?
I believe he is. What is he?
Yeah, he was in
Johnny Mnemonic.
no, maybe in that, but he was in Fear and Loathing.
There you go. Fear and Loathing. That's right. That's right. Oh, remember because I talked about Flea. Like he has all these cameos, man.
Hmm.
He has a bunch
Yeah,
of movies, and then
so that means we're going to Back to the Future Part 2 next week.
there we go.
Great.
Let's do it. And we'll bring back. We'll get it to Billy Zane. He's part of the crew in the
Yeah,
police
and
crew.
then yep, and then after we get Billy Zane, we go to Tales of the Crypt.
Oh hell yeah, dude! I'll tell you, we're getting there. It's getting
Ooh.
there. September is coming around. My son's been saying like this word called Septober. He says it's Septober, and I was like, you know
Mhm.
what, son? It is September. It's September and October. We're gonna just extend Halloween. Like enough of this waiting for 30 days, 31 days. We're gonna have 80 days of Halloween. But
Sotober.
but even like I mean John Totoro, there's a lot of like characters in this movie that people that have like just roles in movies. And then the four like movies it's compared to at the bottom is Fargo, No Country for Old Men, Reservoir Dogs, and Kill Bill Volume One. It kind of has all those movies in a way.
Yeah, and two of those movies were Coen brother movies. So
That is true. That is true.
for some reason, I thought Donnie got shot, but he had a heart attack.
It's
Like
a
I
heart attack.
remember,
Yeah.
I do remember him dying, but I was like, oh, I was like, I think, yeah, something happened,
Well,
but I couldn't
the
remember what. And dude, that's the same. That's the cool thing about this movie is like you can kind of like, for me at least, like it's one that you watch, like you said, every once in a while, and you remember how it goes to an extent. But there's some things you're just like, what happened here? Just because it's like it happened so fast, or
yeah.
you know,
The thing about what do you call it? What you said about stuck on you, what stuck out. The scene that stuck out to me in Big Lebowski was that was the Donnie Ash scene. Like that cracked me up when I saw that for the first time. Where
yeah,
he
me too, dude. Like that was probably the one part that I laughed out loud at this movie. Like everything else was like an internal, like, okay, that's funny. Like that's funny. But that one, it got me. Like I was laughing out loud when that happened.
so check this out. So I have the Wikipedia of the Joel and Ethan
Hmm.
Cohen. And just like it says here on the education, Joe and Ethan graduated from St. Louis Park High School in 1973 and 1976, respectively, and from Bard College at Simon's Rock in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. After Simon's Rock, Joel spent 4 years in undergrad film program at NYU, where he made a 30-minute thesis film called Soundings. In 1979, he briefly enrolled in a graduate film program at the University of Texas in Austin, so that's cool. Following a woman he had married who was in the graduate linguistics program, the marriage soon ended in divorce, and Joel left UT Austin after 9 months. Oh, Ethan went to Princeton University and earned an undergrad degree in philosophy in 1979. His senior thesis was a 41-page essay, Two Views of Wittgenstein's later philosophy, which was supervised by Raymond Geuss. So that's pretty cool. He has a philosophy background. I would think like with a philosophy background to make a movie like this, like kind of it goes hand in hand because it's kind of like the not just the human interaction, but the theory about a lot of people, like where they how they interact, how they come together, how they just kind of all know each other.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's yeah, I'm at the part right here where the dude meets Tara Reid, Bunny, and
Hmm.
he meets her and she's like, "Hey, blow my toes," and he's trying to get laid. Like he sees it like as an opportunity where that's kind of like to me it's funny. Like he comes to this guy's house to get to get his rug. And then he ends up like trying to hit on this dude's wife, or like even though they're not together, or like I mean they're together, but it's like it's funny how the Philip Seymour Hoffman character is just kind of like the assistant, the he goes along with it.
Hmm.
Like he's just like it's nothing. This is nothing. Yeah, Brent. He's like, oh, this is
Brand.
nothing.
Yeah.
This is one of those roles of his that it's like it's a cherry role, man, where he doesn't have like a lot of scenes, but the scenes that he's in, he's funny. Like he sticks out as just being naturally like a straight character around these people,
Hmm.
like the straight man. Like he does a great job. Um, I do like the way that this is a kind of a mystery in a way. What do they have it under? They have comedy, crime, sport. Because I guess because of bowling, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, and it's the first time I watched this, I think I saw like on TNT, and I couldn't keep up with it. I just went and saw the scenes. I enjoyed the movie. I can't really remember. Maybe 2000 I saw this, or maybe 2005 or something like that. Around that time frame, where I just remember. I think I watched it on TNT the very very first time I saw it. And right here on the movie poster, it says The Big Lebowski from the creators of Fargo. I think that's what
Yeah.
caught my eye.
Yeah. And that's an interesting, dude. So it's so funny. I like that we all have, or everybody has a different poster for it, because like the poster for Netflix is just Steve Buscemi.
Yes, true.
Um, and is he a repeat offender? Yeah, he is, from Billy Madison.
He
That was a
plays the
good Adam
dude.
Sandler laugh
I'm
too.
sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry. I'm happy. I'm so happy I called that guy. He was
yeah.
the lipstick on.
And I'm glad I called that guy.
Man, I'm glad I
Like,
called that guy.
but yeah, dude, that this movie is great, man. Like, you have the narrator that who is God, Sam Elliott, right?
Yeah, Sam
Oh
Elliott.
God,
And that
and
character too.
he's a repeat offender as well.
Oh yes, Sam Elliott sure
Uh,
is.
Tombstone,
We had him
uh,
come in there. Who did he play? Virgil.
Virgil
Is
Earp,
that who he was? I
Virgil
think
Earp.
Virgil
Mm-hmm.
or
Sure
Sam.
was
You know
Sam Elliott.
when I met Mick Foley, he done told me a story about him and Jake the Snake Roberts on the set of Peanut Butter Falcon. Have you seen that movie, son?
I haven't. I haven't
It's a
seen that
great
one.
movie. Shia LaBeouf he made a resurgence for a little bit, and he made some great movies in a row. But I will say that he said that. Well, it's Mick Foley telling the story, so it's more like, "Hey, it's a story." He's like, but he was like, he said that he goes, "Oh," and I go, "Hey, I saw the." I was watching Peanut Butter Falcon. I speak about the art house. I was watching Peanut Butter Falcon at the art house studio here in Austin, and we went on a little date. And I was over there, and it was kind of quiet in the theater. And it's a serious movie, you know. It's a drama, but there's got some scenes in it that just make you kind of pop, where you might be the only one laughing.
Hmm.
And it showed well, one scene is a spoiler for this movie. I didn't know that Mr. Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley. I didn't know he was in this movie, but it's a wrestling movie, so it makes sense. He plays a wrestler. I mean, a referee in like a backyard, like I don't know. I think I want to say like maybe Florida backyard wrestling match. That I don't know. Jake Snake Roberts is playing like the villain role in there.
Hmm.
But when you start off, dude, you start off with Mick Foley's side of his head. It's like a hard cut from the scene before, and it starts off with the side of his head. And I don't know if you know anything about Mick Foley. He's missing a ear. So it starts off on the side of his head where it's the here, let me kind of show you real quick.
Yeah.
Starts off where like the camera angles here and it turns here and he's doing like his crazy face and then the camera gets here and you're like, oh, that's Mick Foley. And I remember
Mm.
being like, I look at that and I go, I don't know what it is that the fanboy, the child in me, it's all quiet in this theater, and I go, holy shit, that's Mick Foley, and I said it like loud enough where like you can hear, and there's a dude like in the same aisle as me, but down the other side. 'Cause I'm like on the left side, he's on the right side, and he goes, oh yeah, fucking A, that's Mankind, and then somebody in the front row goes, oh fuck yeah, Mick Foley, and then all three of us the same go, fuck yeah, and then everyone's like, shh, shh, shh. But it just like it was a reaction. I remember just being like, "Holy shit, that's Mick Foley!" And the guy goes, "Fucking hey, man, Mankind!" And the guy said, "Yeah, fucking Mankind!" And we just started. And I was like, "Talk about ruining a little movie." But there was a gap for. I guess they knew that we were gonna wrestler kids were gonna pop out. But and I remember just seeing that and then seeing him in Peanut Butter Falcon. He told the story that I told Jake Roberts that on the he said he like because on the set he was explaining to me that there's a scene where Shia LaBeouf is with the lead female role. And they're in a car talking, and you can hear Mick in the background. And he goes because he's just like it's like kind of just like he's drawing out like the background noise. And he goes, "You remember that scene? You can hear me." Oh man, I made all that up. I'm basically talking shit to Jake the Snake Roberts, making fun of him, saying that he got his idea for a mustache from Sam Elliott. It's like, he's like, yeah, I didn't even know it was gonna come out of this. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But that's my Sam Elliott and Mick Foley story. Sorry for drawing it out. I just thought it was fun.
No.
But it's cool how he was telling me this story and you know Sam Elliott is one of those actors that well he's kind of plays himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
He was on that show, The Ranch, with Ashton Kutcher.
that's true.
That
Was
was
it?
that was pretty good. At least the first couple seasons.
I didn't watch it, but I know I remember seeing the promos. Is he the father in that
Yeah, he's
series?
the dad in that.
Then
Yeah.
I think
But no, I enjoy a good Sam Elliott role, especially one that he's just like, I'm Sam Elliott. He was on Parks and Rec too. He was like the opposite of Nick Offerman. He was like a hippie and vegan and
what
wore
I want to see that.
sandals and everything. Yeah.
That's crazy because I was like, well, Nick Offerman is the Sam Elliott of that show, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And so Sam, he's like, "Hey, brother, how's it going?"
He's playing the
You know,
opposite. I mean,
and
talk about
he has the mustache and everything too. Like he's like, "Good to see you. Hope you had a
it
good
could
day."
be. I mean, talk about someone not aging. I mean, it's Hollywood, so they could always make him look like that. But still, like he looks the same like every
Dude, he
movie.
does. Yeah. Like and hell, even in this movie, man, like you see him, he's just like having a good time. Like, how's it going, dude? Like it was. I really enjoyed the scenes with Sam Elliott, because first off, he's telling this whole story, and then second off, like it's just you see how much. I don't even know if it's respect or what. I'd imagine it's respect in some kind of weird way that he has for the dude, because just the way he talks about him. Another thing too is like, is he always hanging out at the bowling alley too? Is the
That's
dude
true.
just come up and talk to him like, man, let me tell you what's going on? Because I mean, he's telling this story from. It's almost like he's the omniscient, character. He can
I think you're
see
onto
everything.
something. I think you're onto a side by side little theory here. Is I mean, I don't know if it's supposed to, if it's clearly out there like that. Maybe.
Sam Elliott's God. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, that's a good one. I was just thinking that. Oh man, that's a really good one. Ah, damn. So now you're going a little too deep. I was just gonna say that
I know.
Sam Elliott's character is just vicariously living through the dude because he wants to be the dude. But I could also see it as Sam Elliott's character being God and wanting to be the dude.
Yeah,
Like
no,
you could.
I think it's more along the lines of yours. I was just going the
No,
extreme.
but think about it this way: like if you're God and you create people, and He created the dude, and maybe He's just there checking up on him. He's like, I don't know how the hell this guy turned out. Like I didn't create him like this, you know. Like that's
Yeah,
a
it's
pretty
like
cool.
back where I'm from, you can't act like the dude.
So that maybe he's like trying to learn, like, well, the dude, because you like it is like one thing I got from this movie is like just the way that he goes through this loop of like the same bullshit ass story, and Jeff Bridges' performance as the dude is memorable, man. It was so memorable that when I didn't see Endgame before I saw before I mean I went to the Dallas City Dallas Expo Comic Con, and then the next week I mean Endgame came out that week when we went, so I didn't watch it. So I watched it the following week. But when I was watching Endgame, where was I going with this? Oh, the Fat Thor.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of people dressed like that, and then I was like, "Oh, is that the Lebowski?" And they were like, "No, no, I guess you haven't seen Endgame yet, huh?" I go, "Nah, it just came out 3 days ago." And they're like, "Yeah, no, 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 he's in Endgame. That's Fat Thor." And I was like, "All right, there's a Fat Thor in this, cool." So I better. That was like my only hint of spoiler I got because I tried, not to watch too much of trailers
Yeah.
and
Well,
like.
I think it's funny that you say that. I think they actually made a dude joke in the movie. Like whenever he gets there after Stark figures out time travel, I think he says something about he's like, "Oh, what's going on, Lebowski?" You know?
Oh, that's true. Tony
I
Stark, right? Tells him.
Yeah, yeah, he totally makes fun of him for looking like that because he does look like the dude. Like he's dressed like him and everything. That's funny that you mentioned that. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
But that's
See.
that's another cool thing too, man. It's like this movie is it's such a like pop culture movie in a
Yeah.
weird way. Like it can be referenced in about anything, and you know, I feel like even if I haven't seen The Big Lebowski, I could probably pick up like, okay, like that's the dude. Oh yeah, I've seen pictures. You know, I do that with some movies. People are like, "Hey, have you seen this movie?" And I'm like, "Oh, the one with this person and this person, that person." Like, yeah, I was like, "No, haven't seen it." Uh, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like this is yeah. Like with Fargo. The this once again the things that stick out with Fargo to me are the trailer and then like the two twins going yeah like I remember
Yeah.
that scene sticks out to me.
Hmm.
Let's see, I got some fun facts here for trivia because I think like as the dude like these characters are all they're all dynamic. Even like I mean even Donnie's character like I think he's essential too. He keeps the balance there, man. Because I feel like if you don't have this like I don't know I don't want to call him a simpleton. Maybe he's a simp, but like you have like this guy that's just kind of hanging around these. I want to say I don't want to call him like put him down, but there's a dude that's just like the dude who's like he's like kind of just slacker
He's an
guy.
ordinary guy.
Yeah,
He's
and then you
just
have
like there's nothing, there's nothing. I wouldn't say special about him. There's
no. That's
nothing like that's
uh,
that's what you're kind of getting at.
yeah. I think you're right, dude. I think you're right about that. They're just ordinary, but they have like some like dude just kind of I don't want to call him slacker or lazy, but that's the way he chooses to live his life. And then Walt is all freaking PST over there, and then Donnie's just trying to play bowl, just bowl, I guess,
Hmm.
And to me, like even him dying, like having the heart attack, like that whole thing perspectives gives you a little bit of life about like the rug and all the bullshit. Like Donnie's character to me, I picked up a lot more this go around because I was like, Steve Buscemi's character doesn't really do anything. He's
Yeah,
just getting told to shut the f up, and I'm like, okay, what is there? There's got to be
well,
something
I
to
think
it.
he's actually probably trying to be the voice of reason too, and he just
But
never he can never talk.
I will say that when Walt says out of your level, I think he's right though.
Yeah, yeah, he's totally right.
I think he's right, and I don't. I think that those are little hints because it's just he's just frustrated with him, and I think it's also that I've had friends like that or family members that they're upset and they'll just like vent to you or something, but they'll also like talk you down, or like they know that they can talk shit to you, so they'll wait and they'll be like, just shut the fuck up, and you're like, I didn't say anything, I didn't have anything. I know, sorry, I just it's like they just feel like they have to pop or something, and I feel that's what happens every time with Walt, because he's just like, you know. So here I got some trivia things I think we should share about the movie. This is definitely gonna be a shorter episode, for maybe we might do a pause, because I definitely we will have to end around 10:30, or if not
Okay.
10:30, but we'll keep going. But check this out. This is a pretty cool, and I only got a little bit of a clip, so I'll go back and finish it. But let me read this real quick. It says,
I did read this. Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Before filming a scene, Jeff Bridges would frequently ask the Coen brothers, "Did the dude burn one right on the way over?" If they said he had, he would rub his knuckles in his eyes before doing a take to make his eyes appear more bloodshot, or
Yep.
pure bloodshot. And that's that's funny. So yeah, it's like I did pick up he smokes a lot. He's
Hmm.
always stoned, and he's and all, the scene where they throw the ferret, like I just laughed because I remember that scene, and I already saw everything that caught up to where he was at, where he got him there, where he got to that point, and I'm like, he's just trying to relax. He's in a hot bubble bath with
Hmm.
soap, with like nasty soap too, and he's got his joy. Like he doesn't care how he looks, he doesn't care how he dresses. I mean, he gets laid. Like it's like,
Yeah.
but it's also like it's like for him actually being a character that doesn't really need to make any decisions until the very end, when he kind of he puts it all together, because it's the same story being repeated, so he kind of just catches onto it. And
Yeah.
I think that's funny though. The she's like, "What are you doing on your back?" He's like, "Oh, it's easy to get inseminated." He's like, "What?" Like, and even the Sam Elliott character, what this? He also says, I think his name's what, Cowboy or something like that. Let's get that
The
right.
stranger.
The stranger. Oh, did you give yourself a stranger this morning? The stranger. Yeah. So even his character, he's what do you call it? Like, he's in there too. I forgot where I was going with that. The stupid stranger. Anyways, a lot of the dude's clothes in the movie were Jeff Bridges' own clothes, including his jelly sandals, which he still owns and uses to this day. That's so there's just Jeff Bridges showed up on set and being like, all right, I'm ready. That's pretty cool then. So
Yeah, it
that's
was
his real
really good
clothes.
casting. Um, well, and that's the thing too. I think I read in another trivia is like whenever he read the script, he's like, "Did y'all hang out with me whenever I was in college and high school?" Like he was like, "This is exactly what I was doing." Uh, but
What do
yeah,
you think
man.
about that? I feel like, I was talking to my brother yesterday. My 19-year-old brother came over and we hung out for the day. He was me and my son, and we're just chilling. And I like the young guys like to say he likes to say vibing. They like to use the word vibing.
Hmm.
But whereas we're just hanging out, like I'm just like, yeah, dude, like you do what you want with your time, you know. I feel like I was talking to him about it. I was like, dude, I don't know what it is, about like the younger generation, like trying like real hard to like flaunt money, and how like if you can get things, how it's in, like, I don't know, just I feel like success is just always temporary. It never hangs around long enough, but failure will hang around forever if you let it. But I
Hmm.
feel like there's people like the dude that are just, they're just fine with their life the way it is. Like, he got messed with. They took his carpet, you know. Like, it
Hmm.
wasn't like he. It's like the story was already happening, and then he gets thrusted into it, and he even says, "Well, I happened to walk into you, and then you just happen to have the same name, so they just went with it." You know, like, who really would give this guy the money? Because even like Walt, like like stepping into it, and the way you find out they stole the money from the charity, so there is money there. They just don't have access to it. And this is another thing, like, when you're around rich people, or so-called rich people that don't really have access to cash, but they have access to like wealth, which is like just things around them. Like, they always have food and they always have shelter, but they don't have like anything to buy because they don't really make any money. I saw a lot of that in here with a lot of the characters. And I mean, come on, like Walt's character, like, where does he get this idea to throw this bag, and then he gets the, like, it's just crazy. Like, he takes the lead. I'm in the scene where they're gonna do the drop off.
Yeah,
I
I
just
am too.
that's just so funny. Check this out. John Goodman's favorite of the films in which he appears.
I don't
So,
doubt that, man. He probably got a lot of anger out. Uh,
Dabba
yeah, dude, and that's I love just his shifts in moods. Like he's yelling one minute, he's like, "Calm down, dude," calm down.
calm down, dude.
Like, yeah, and he just like changes on a dime. Um, yeah, dude, and then I'm right here where he has the Uzi. He's about to. Oh, dude, this is so. stupid. That's the thing. Is like all this stuff can be prevented. It's just like one stupid act after another.
Yeah.
And
And
it's not like you said. It's just like all happening to the dude. It's not necessarily his fault. He just kind of lets it happen. He's like he is a an unconscious actor in his own life. You know?
oh, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Like, he's just like a little character in Avatar going through emotion, and
Yeah. And the only reason he has to do stuff is because dumb shit has happened to him. You know?
well, he
If
actually has to.
he would,
He actually has to think because of that. Like, he would never really
yeah.
have to think.
And then Walt's over there, screwing with him. And he's just like, all right, cool. Yeah, you can come along. He doesn't really ask, like, he never asks, like, what's the plan until
He does it.
I think, I think maybe at the end, he's like trying to figure it out. Once it gets to a point, he just starts freaking out, man. Like he just like he progressively gets worse and worse, and that last little bit where he gets the ashes put on him too. I think
Damn it!
that's just yeah, he just kind of loses it, man. Like he's coasting through life, and then this dumb stuff happens, and he increasingly has to become more of a not even a jerk, but he just has to he has to get more involved in his life, you know?
I think that's the point. I think that's the thing. Like, you have to make a decision, and I think that that's I might be wrong, but I think the story loops so much that that's where he's able to just. It's so easy for him to catch it because it's just like
Yeah,
it's an easy thing, but it's up to him to still make the decision. Walt gets under your skin, man. Goodman does a really good job. He really gets under your skin, and but now that I'm older and I've seen and been through things, I'm like, nah, that dude's definitely a PTSD, man. Like, he's got post traumatic stress, so he's gonna be a little high strung. He's gonna be. I didn't realize that he is dressed like a war vet too. And this movie's in '98, so I'm gonna say it's a little not too far. It's like '98 and 20 years was '78, so like war in between that time. Like, there's
yeah.
a couple, and
Well, and then this is like at the beginning of this is like early '90s, whenever you had them invading Kuwait and everything like that too. So, like you said, it's probably about 20 years after he was in
yeah.
service, and so but that's the crazy thing about it is like it's almost like he's bipolar, you know.
Ah, yes, yes.
Not
Yeah.
even that, but what is it like whenever you change on a dime? Like there's a word for it, but I
Well,
can't
there's
remember.
bipolar, there's Tourette's, there's
Yeah,
it's I think that's why I keep saying the PTSD because I don't know, I can't diagnose it through a movie, but if I would see like symptoms, like, yeah, he definitely has he's got a wariness to him that's the kind of just rubs off on like everybody, or his or I guess just the dude because Donnie just shits on him. But all right, well, you called me the dude right now, and I was like, well, did you know this? The dude says "man" 147 times in the
I feel
movie,
like I've been saying man a lot
nearly
lately.
one and a half times. Oh, it says nearly one and a half times a minute. Oh God,
Wow.
man, I
So
never caught up on that.
he must have said ma a couple of times.
And then yeah, that's like I mean he's called himself the dude. I wonder how many times the dude comes out. Probably half of that. But man, like, I
Oh,
didn't catch on the word man. That's a
come on,
he does.
man.
Come on, man. Like, good old come on, man.
I'm the man, dude. I'm the
I'm the
dude,
man,
man.
dude. I'm the dude, man, dude. Um, dude, where's your car, dude? Oh, there's that scene, dude.
Well,
Where's your car?
he must say it a whole lot. Yeah, because I'm looking at the subtitles now and I don't see any man at all.
I
There's
mean,
no man coming out.
it's they're subtle. It's man. Like, I think it's by itself. I think it's just the word man. I don't think it's part of a sentence or maybe at the end
Where's
of a
your
sentence.
car, dude? Like,
Yeah,
do you think the people that made this the watch, dude, where's my car? Or were like, yeah,
I want to see. I want to see. I'm gonna do a quick little Google search while we're doing that. I want to know because that he does that, dude. Where's your car, dude?
yeah.
Because it's like, is was that? And by the way, which is not like I think.
98. I mean, that's not too far away
Yeah, was
from
dude? Where's my car's like 2001 or something?
yeah, or 2000.
Sean William Scott, Ashton Kutcher. Let's see. I'm just gonna put in the Google search the Big Lebowski and dudes. Where's my car? As of 2018, the link is now dead. At around 7 minutes, the dude, where's your car? Where's my car, dude? Dialogue is taken from a scene in The Big Lebowski, 1998, that occurs between John Goodman and Jeff Bridges after leaving the bowling alley. So I guess they're not linked. Well, no, that doesn't really help me out. It just says, "Oh, dude, where's my car's 2000." It's under the trivia in IMDb.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's why, because it only highlights the same things. This is no, no. Well, I don't know. Still doesn't really help me out there. Anyways, but I got one more for you, and this is one I just kind of pick. I remember I can't really pick up all the long ones because it only has 200 characters. But look at this one. With the exception of the dude helping Maud bowl in a fantasy, the dude never seen bowling.
Interesting. I didn't catch up on that either.
Because of Jesus, man, you see that scene. You know, it even shows the it shows the scene of him. Like you get to see Jesus before he was that character he created. Okay, now what's about that? You get to see how he was kind of like you only get that little scene where he's a sex offender of sex,
Hmm.
and he goes to the house, and that dude answers like, I don't know, that just average looking guy or like bulky guy, and then he's like all scared. But I wonder what happened. Like it shows him all like innocent and weak kind of guy, like because like, I guess he has like that pedophile look, and I guess his if he goes bowling, I guess he's transforms or he cured this character. I don't know. I don't understand. I'm trying to understand the reason why like what's the reason for that. And let's see if I can find it. But what do you think your theory about that is that it shows?
Well, he said so. They're in LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the early '90s. All right. So I imagine that he came to the city. He had to go and you know explain that he was a sex offender to all these people, and that he was probably like, I don't know, man. He probably found his groove in LA, if that makes sense.
No, I'm just
You
going
know,
by.
because
I mean, I'm just going by what I'm seeing. Like, what was this the cause? Like, we see that scene
uh
that
huh.
it shows him going to the guy's house, and then we see how he actually is. I was just trying to see like, there's a huge jump in those two characters,
Yeah, no,
and, and I'm like,
I think that wherever like whenever he moved to LA, he was able to express himself more. He was able to find some the niche in bowling, and like, okay, I can go all out here. I think that's what happened. I mean, I think the two are years and years apart. You know,
yeah, because he
like,
doesn't have the. I don't think he has a goatee the first time either. Or I don't know. I can't remember. But
yeah.
like that kind of shows like now he has like this goatee. It says here, John Turturro originally thought he was going to have a bigger role in the film. When he read the script, he realized the part was quite small. However, the Coen brothers let him come up with a lot of his own ideas for the character, like shining the ball, shining the bowling ball, like the way he goes, like the way he does it, like
Hmm.
it's his balls, and then the scene where he dances backwards, which he says he was inspired by Muhammad Ali. Oh, that's true. He is kind of like, and that's a slow scene. Did you? But I don't know. That character kind of just kind of sticks out as in like he's right. It feels like that character should have more dialogue, more lines, but he's just kind of like the antagonist for the bowling alley.
Yeah, he's that antagonist that you don't give a shit about. That you have other big stuff to worry about, so you don't even care about what's going on with him.
I I also forget that it's the story is it's actually around the bowling tournament too. Maybe that's why it's sports. We could have easily done Kingpin, but
Dude, we like I said, I'm sorry
because it's
I didn't
I
go
don't
that
care.
way.
Like it's this our show just goes the way we do it. We decided to go this route. I got a lot to say about Suck on You. I really do like that movie. I'm happy we got to watch it again. I mean I've seen Kingpin a million times, but to do it like this, we'd have to really have to like I don't know. There's a lot of comparisons there, but with watching like watching these two movies just because it's we I mean I still like the Ryan Gosling episode we did like
Yeah.
it's like there's a only God forgives like I don't think I ever would have watched that movie really like I had to watch it with you but watching it with the Nice Guys which is also like they're complete opposites like
Hmm.
and in the way they're told like that's a cool thing so with these movies like seeing just the character developments seeing like Jesus, like you said, you're right. He's like a small fish, and but the whole time there's a tournament going on because Walt's like, I can't ball on Saturday. It's like, and the
Hmm.
whole conversation, like, I only answer the phone because it's an emergency. And he's even explaining to him like I'm not supposed to be on the phone. I'm only on it. He goes, well, I answered it because it's an emergency. Like, he's explaining to him why he's wasting time. Like, he's like, I'm not supposed to do anything. Like, and he's like, Chavez, go get your ass over here now. It's an emergency. And oh, by the way, last night I got stung in the neck, in the back of my neck by a yellow jacket.
Oh shit.
I think that's why I couldn't go to sleep. I think I was afraid to close my eyes and then take a nap or something. Wake up at like a couple hours later and then have like this huge knot on my neck and be like, "Ugh." So I was like, I'm not gonna. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen while I'm awake. But I just see even a lot of this movie adds up towards where the Julianne Moore character is she is the Big Lebowski's daughter, right?
Yeah.
So I'm up on here where she comes out where she's artistic. See, this is also like another scene of like another version of a scene. You know, like all these characters outside of they're all just a bunch of random characters. But this is kind of like what LA is about. Just a bunch of people living their lives and how they interact. And you know, she's an artist, and even the way she does her art, you know, she's hanging up on a strap naked, having these two guys pull her on a rope. You know,
Hmm.
she you know it's like, dude, that's a lot of art right there. That's a lot of expression right there. Like, you know, it's a lot of energy.
Dude, it really is, man. Like, and just she's just so straightforward. She has that haircut that's just like it's not doing too much. It's doing just enough. It's like fashionable.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know, man. Uh, yeah, man. She's just like she's probably the only one that makes sense out of the entire. Like she's just trying to get the money back. Like she's where the money's coming from, which you eventually find out. You know, and yeah,
She's
she
isn't she like the voice? Not even the voice of reason. She's the one that's getting screwed over because it's her dad. But at the
yeah.
same time, she's taking advantage of like she's gonna have a baby. Oh, because even the stranger says, "Hey, we got a little dude on the way." Like he's happy about
Mhm.
that too. So that's see, has he got her?
Which you know is it's very interesting because she meets him one time and then she's very rich. So, you know, this is the early 90s. She could probably figure out so much about the dude in between that time. Like why does she want to have a baby with him,
Well,
you
she
know?
says it right. Like it's a dude that doesn't really have like he doesn't have anything like holding him down. He doesn't have anything any ties to anything. So it's just she could literally have a kid and be like, I have enough money to keep you away too. You know, like she's totally doing it that style. That style
Yeah, but there has to
where
be other reasons because she's not going to just have a kid with anybody. That's what I'm saying. Like I
no, that's not
understand,
no no
I
no
understand
no.
that
That's
reason, but
no. She
there,
has
I
a
mean,
kid.
because she does uh, after they have sex and he's telling her like I did this and like I was a part of this and this and this. So
Oh, that's right.
he has a background and you have to think that she already knew all that stuff. She was just trying to
Nah, you're going too far there. I'm gonna call you on that one.
no,
That's too
no,
far,
dude.
dude. You're pulling out way too much information. I think really
No.
because she explains it because even here in the first meeting she asks do you like to have sex just to get the answer like yeah he does. All right, cool. And the second I mean she says it towards the end like it's just like dude like it's just a guy like she just wants to have a
So you are telling me you're going to send somebody to the doctor to have them checked out and then you're not going to do any research about them?
well no she does that but even I mean even like that you can't Google search anybody. There's no like private eye that comes
Yeah,
out. She just has
no, no.
information.
Yeah, there is, dude. There's literally a private eye at the end of the film.
What's the private eye?
Are you kidding me? The guy who's looking for Bunny. That's a private eye, bro. A
Nah, but
dick.
they don't say that, they don't cross paths though. But you
Well,
can't.
what I'm saying, man, is like you're
No, but
saying that.
I don't think you're open to this idea. I don't think you're open to the idea of a woman taking a guy's seat and then running away. I think you're not seeing that. That's what I'm seeing. That she's like, oh, this is the perfect candidate. Like he's not gonna come back and try to sue me. He's not gonna try to take the kid. Like there's nothing he has. You know.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like she could go out and find a homeless dude, and then that's the same thing.
Okay, yeah, no, that she did. This is the closest thing to a homeless dude. Are you not kidding
Yeah,
me?
no, but what I'm
He
saying
just
is
has a
like,
roof over
dude,
his head.
yeah, but what I'm saying, man, is like there's opportunity to do that with if that was what she was really wanting.
Well, I'm just going by what we're seeing, and it just seems like what she's doing is like she's literally seeing like the
He's the
opportunity.
perfect candidate because he has all this other stuff. Like I said, I think
I,
she
I
does her
don't.
research on him
I mean,
before.
we don't really see that though.
You don't have to. They're rich, man.
You can't just you can't, we can't just kind of assume. We're going by what we saw. So what we're seeing here is like I'm seeing her that she's. It's also like she's the one that's like protected because she's the one that has the money. She's the one that has everything. She's literally like trying to protect herself, but at the same time she's getting something out. That's what I'm trying to say. Like it seems like she's just the one informing you like, hey, this is what's really going on. That's my dad. He has no money. That's his wife. That they don't care about each other. They have no money. He's trying to steal money out of this
Yeah.
out of the charity to blame
Hmm.
it on his wife. As you can
You're
tell, he's
just
not.
proving my point, dude. Like she knew all this, and then she's not going to do any
Hold
research
on.
on the
At the
kid.
same, no, I'm not. Hold on. And what
Okay.
happens is she's over there talking about like, okay, here's the stuff, and at the same time, she wants to get pregnant. Like that shouldn't be part of it. That should not be part of that. She's just, like it's supposed to be seen like, oh, he's supposed to like help her out. Like she's supposed to help him out, but really she's getting something in return. But that's what I'm seeing as in watching the movie. That's what I'm seeing her actions. I'm seeing what she's doing because she does kind of come in like that, and she does have. And I got to give it to Julianne Moore for just being such a brilliant actress that when you see her on screen, like I don't, you, she kind of does that. Like you're kind of just going with like she kind of has like this innocence to her in this role, especially with the haircut. Look at the haircut. You're right. It does just enough, but it's an artsy haircut at that, and especially at this time frame. So I think this story might be all not her, but I feel like once she gets, well, man, it's the money. That's the thing. She's from the charity. I feel like once she gets there, she just sees it as like, oh, I need to have a kid. I forgot what she says, but there's a dialogue there where she talks about him having like to have the kid and why they have it. You know, when she's on her stomach, she tells him that. But I'm starting to think because I don't think she used the private eye for that. I mean, he can be around,
No,
but
I don't I don't necessarily think that that was the. I mean, because that private eye at the end was hired by Bunny's parents anyway.
he's got.
But so that's not the point. I'm just saying that like if Bunny's parents can get a private eye and do investigations on somebody, then
Oh,
that's what I'm getting at.
let me tell you that. Well, no, but the thing is, that's right. But then again, at the same time, dude could, have a gun with him the whole time, or when he doesn't, or Walt can use his gun on people. We don't know because it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But even
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like it didn't happen in the movie. Don Herrera, I forgot, plays the cab driver. So there are some like other character roles in this movie.
Yeah.
And I think what I saw the other day about this movie, they said talk about a movie that wanted a bunch of no, it wasn't this one. It was another movie. But it was like I was like, there's like kind of at this time when this movie came out, there's like kind of a lot of character actors before they really broke through. I think Julianne Moore was already established by the time this movie came out.
Yeah.
The Jeff Bridges, John Goodman. I think Steve Buscemi was coming too because I want to say that, yeah, because he's already
But
done
he already
like,
had Fargo.
yeah, he had Fargo. I'm talking about like popularity wise because he's going from one movie to another with the same one, but as in like other movies he's done, like he had done Desperado. He also done Billy Madison. He also did
Yeah.
like he kind of started to come around, and I think this is right when his career jet rock. Like this is that role that kind of, or just that movie that probably gave him more jet fuel to go more roles because I mean, the Donnie character really just gets shit on the whole time.
Yeah.
But I think he's also like the beautiful part of this whole time that life is precious kind of thing. That's what I get from like Donnie's whole role because it's really just he's just getting crapped on the whole time. I mean, even look at this. The F word or a variation of it is used 292 times.
Most of them used by the dude and Walt,
What
but
is
more mostly Walt.
what is that a lot? 292?
Yeah.
How many? How many?
I mean it's 157 minutes.
So
So
you're getting like two a minute.
yeah.
How, I want to see how many F words in
Or
Scarface.
157 minutes. My dumbass. It was an hour and 57 minutes. So 2 hours would be 240. No, no. It'd be 120. So yeah, no. It was right. 60
Oh
minutes.
wow.
Yeah.
So Scarface only has 207. So yeah, that's a
Wow.
lot there.
Mm.
They beat out Scarface. Yeah, to almost 300. So I think what's is the I think is it the I think it's the Wolf of Wall Street that uses it a lot too.
Dude, yeah,
What?
yeah. Hey, you want to hold it down for just a second? We
Oh
can
yeah,
switch to stuck on you whenever I get back.
yeah. I'll put stuck on you on. Let's
Uh,
see. So oh god, there's a movie in here that has 930. I'll talk. There's a documentary called Fuck too. So 850. Wolf of Wall Street used it 569 times. Uncut Gem 560. Wow. So there is kind of the F word. Damn, that's a lot. Let's see where it says here. 78 more rows. Let's see. This movie is from 2014. It's called Swearnet, the movie. I guess it's supposed to be that then fuck documentary. But here we go. Wolf of Wall Street. Summer of Sam has it 435. That's a lot. Casino. Our buddy Casino came out in here. Wow, Goodfellas 300. I picked I picked Scarface 'cause I remember that was a movie growing up that a lot of people would like use drinking games, and they definitely use that. How many times Tony Montana used, or I think you could do it a lot, different variations. But I remember that was a movie that had a lot in the beginning. But yeah, a lot of these now that I'm getting into this, I don't even see where is it at because Scarface would be now right about here. Hey, Zach and Marie Make a Porno has it as 219 times. How do you even get that far with the F word? How do you even? how do you even know? I mean, you could read the script and everything, but how do you? That's a lot. How to really get it down and understand. There's quite a few there. There's a lot of F word. 8 Mile 2002 has 200 times. So yeah. So we're going to move on to Stuck on You. This is going to be a short episode. Probably is going to hit about an hour and a half. We started 2 hours late. I ended up woke up too early, and then I fell asleep an hour before we started, and then I think Ben woke up late, and then our timing just kind of tagged for a little bit, and then now we're here. So we kind of screwed ourselves over a little bit. I did with this episode. I didn't. I did have an alarm. I just kind of was like, just keep snoozing it. And but I mean, it was going off every minute, so I figured was his hair is long. Ben Hameen's hair is long. I wonder. We're gonna have to ask Ben last time he got a haircut. I see him in the background. Let's see. I got Stuck on You going on in the background. I got some clips here. Let's see.
Right.
Hey Ben, when's the last time you got a haircut? I just saw you in the your profile. It looked freaking long. Your
Yeah.
hair is free.
Before the pandemic started.
So you're getting hit 2 years, like in
Yeah.
March-ish, April-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the
Yes,
longest you ever
indeed.
grown your hair out?
Yep. Sure is.
Is it because of pandemic? You just kind of said, nah, whatever.
Yeah. Actually, I think I got. I think Kenny gave me like a little trim, probably May of last year. It was a while back, but it's been at the very least a year since I've gotten a haircut.
I think I went 2 years without cutting my hair, but I didn't get a haircut. I got it trimmed, like cleaned out the dead ends is what they were calling it.
Um,
And yeah, I had my hair long, but man, the first 4 months are always the super hardest, and then you go like 8 months, and then it's kind of. But then once you hit that year mark, see where you're at.
Dude,
And
I put it's literally almost always in a ponytail to keep it out of like once I started putting it in a ponytail, it just was like a game changer because then my hair I never had to worry about it being in my face or anything like that.
oh,
So
you're talking about that when you had the little bit at the back, like you
yeah,
could, and then you could just keep growing. Yeah, because oh, right now you got up and I looked at the little mirror because I could see you in the monitor, and I saw
hmm,
as sorry, let's get on there. I was like, dude, this hair is freaking long. Like I didn't realize, like, because you showed it to me when you're close, but when in the distance, I was like, oh man, that thing is real long.
yup,
We're gonna have the Ben Hameen ponytail for
dude.
sale soon.
I swear, man. Like every it seems like a lot of places I go, everybody's like, "Nice beard, man." I'm like, "Thank you, appreciate it." Like it's just such a weird compliment to hear, and
Uh,
just like from random people.
I mean, I got to say, if you people come up to you and say you have nice beard, that's got to be a compliment. Because I
No, I
mean,
mean
no,
I totally take it as a compliment. It's just it's strange hearing that
no, I know,
because
I know, right? Like I'd be like, "What's you're funny, right?" He's like, "Hey, how's it going? Nice beard." It's like,
yeah.
well,
Even
like,
last night, dude, I went to go pick up dinner, and there's somebody coming out the side door, and he's like, "That's a righteous beard, man." I was like, "Thanks, dude. Appreciate it."
what do you call it? There, some people will come to me and be like, "Oh, you have nice." Like, yeah, you're right. Like the teller or something at the bank. You have nice skin. You're like, "What? Are you gonna come
I
at
haven't
me
heard
now?"
that one yet.
You have nice skin. Like it's like, oh, do you want it to put the lotion on the skin? I was while you're gone, I was looking up the list of films by number of uses of fuck. Dude,
Hmm.
I mean, there's the first two are like pretty, like the first one's called SwearNet the movie, and the second one's called Fuck the documentary. So I'm gonna disclude these because they're kind of meant for that. But just to have the number one, the number two, the SwearNet the movie came out in
No, this.
2014.
Oh, dude, that's Trailer Park Boys.
Is that what that is? That's
Yeah,
a that's a 935 the times they've used it. So right now
that
they're in the
that
lead
makes
by.
sense because I think they were in those characters as well.
I need to. Man, I remember this guy I worked with. What's up, Miles? He would always be like, "You got to watch Trailer Park Boys." I thought it was like a real show. I didn't know it was like a. I thought it was like cops or something because like a few clips I had seen, that guy with the beer goggle glasses.
Hmm.
He kind of did like I guess they did a spoof or something where it looked like Cops. I thought that was the kind of show it was, or I don't know what I saw, but I was like, oh, I'll watch it. I never got to it. I need to watch Trailer Park Boys. Uh,
It's pretty good. So actually, I looked it up. It is those guys, but they're playing themselves.
oh,
So
okay,
that
yeah. So
yeah,
is it more like a documentary style?
yeah, I think it
Yeah,
is.
that's right.
It's
So you get away with it. So for the number one, I did say The Wolf of Wall Street. So technically, The Wolf of Wall Street, in my opinion, would be the number one, without having to be. That's just a movie that just has an F word in it. 2013. Oh well, it's almost 10 years old. I've
yeah.
gone that long without seeing it. Well, it's 569 times as they use it, and then Uncut Gems is right under it with, and that came out in 2019 with 560.
Ooh, I
Summer
watched
Sam,
that the other day. It was actually pretty good.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know. Also, number seven on the list, it made a Casino 1995,
Oh, excellent.
398. So it's on here. And Goodfellas
Good.
is
Yeah.
15, so 300. So we got some repeat offenders here. Look, Martin Lawrence, was it this is a 2002 stand up, what's it called? Live from Run Tell That? Run Tell That? He says it
Hmm.
311. A stand up says it 311 times. Martin would be like that. He's in the top 15. That's awesome. But that's funny that he did that. All right, let me get stuck on you playing.
He made it.
I just actually this morning I did see a clip from what do you call it, the new Bad Boys. I haven't seen it either, but they showed where
Oh,
they're
I
going on the
haven't either.
plane, and I was like, nah, maybe I could watch this one. You know, I have the movie on DVD, but I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick on the internet just to kind
Oh,
of
I
go through
don't.
it.
I think you'll have to pay for it.
Why? But I paid for it to rent it, but I have it on DVD. I don't feel like watching. But I have all these clips right here, so we'll go through it because I do. Are we gonna do talk about clips? So I have a bunch of clips in front of me. So let's go through it. Stuck on you. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to get to like comparing the brothers because it's just more like there's just two sets of brothers that we see that made movies. You know,
Yeah.
we're not gonna have enough time. But I think for what we got out of this movie, I got a lot more out of this than I thought I was gonna get. I thought I already seen this movie a lot of times, but the more I watched this movie, the more it didn't even really like it's not to say it grew on me. I just like it picked up right where it left off. Like I really enjoy this movie. It is one of my it was when I high school or right at high school. I think right when I graduated, I got this movie and I had it in my collection and I remember watching it a lot. It's I didn't really pick up I didn't really pick up Matt Damon's character as being Bob Tenner as being a pushover. Like as much as he is in this movie, he's a
Mm-hmm.
super pushover. And Greg Kinnear, which is a repeat offender, Beavis and Butthead,
Yep.
he plays Walt, another guy named Walt. And I didn't realize how pushy he was with like he wants to get laid, so he pushes his brother in the middle of it. So he's always like,
He,
because
and he and he always like in that one scene. I totally forgot where he picked up that chick and brought her home, and he was just like, "You doing okay?" And he's like checking on him while he's
and he
having
goes,
sex.
"Hey man," she goes, "I'm getting tired." He goes, "Oh yeah, you mind tapping on your knees?" He's like, "Ah yeah, okay." Like he's like,
Yeah.
not only is his brother, he's his bro. Like he's just taking like
Hmm.
the giant curtain in between so he can have his privacy. Like, and that's one thing I love about this movie is that they kind of pick at the whole Siamese conjoined twins. They
Hmm.
pick at that a little bit, but they pick on it a lot. But they also show the parts where it doesn't bother people because there
Yeah.
in life there are people that would not bother whatsoever. But it bothers like it bothers the I think it's a Kevin James brother that that scene where they
Yeah.
fight and
Yeah.
that his cameo is so funny. Like, what is this? Like, because it shows you like before that, it shows you when they're in high school and like they're boxing. Like, that's not fair. Like four arms
Yeah. I
versus.
saw, I
And
saw that too.
it's cool that they show us that clip of them in football. Like he throws the football back at him. Like, okay, so let's talk about film and movies. I feel like this is a movie compared to the film of Lebowski.
Yes, I do too.
This has a lot. This is a lot more. Like even on the IMDb, it just says what is this comedy? That's all it has.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. It's a comedy. This is a
It's
funny
it's
movie.
it's a heartwarming comedy. You know, you get to see two brothers. You get to see them support each other and live live relatively normal lives. And you have one brother that wants to go off and be in the movies, and it's almost like they. It's not that they aren't aware that they're conjoined. That the Greg Kinnear character isn't aware that that could be a hindrance, and it takes Bob. He's like, Bob kind of has that realist attitude. whereas Greg Kinnear's kind of like the dreamer of the bunch.
You know, that's a good point, man. Because
Yeah,
even with Bob won't have the surgery because it might kill Walt.
yeah,
And that's a good point because Walt is more like, let's just go. He's more. This is like a balance. Like they don't
it
really play one character, like one person. They play two individuals, but it's the way they come across it. Like you're right. Like Walt. That's right because they go out there for Walt, and because
mhm.
May's out there too, so he puts her in the mix. And then yeah, Bob's very supportive, and he's like, I'm just a burger guy. You even see him when they separate. I like that they show the separation.
Yeah, he was just struggling. Well, it's like you're 14 minutes late. What are they bitching about?
Free food. Yeah,
Like,
they get free food. I'm
and
here.
then
What?
up
What's up?
yours, Rocket. Like,
Oh yeah, Rocket. He's he comes
which
in and
that was a sweet speech at the end that he gave. I did enjoy that. I do notice that about the Farley Brothers movies. Like they are very inclusive of every actor,
yes,
everything like that. So that is one great thing about their movies is they literally do not discriminate against anything, man. Like bring it
you're
on. Even in Shadow of Hal, they had that guy that was like walking on his hands and stuff like that.
oh the guy
I
in the
think his
wheelchair.
name
Yeah,
was Walt
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I believe so. Yeah. What do you call it? That damn, yeah. Because also, what's the other movie? Me, Myself, and Irene. Whitey.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they have, you're right. They're open about things like that. That's pretty cool. I mean, I want to say that those are like real movies, like real
Yeah.
like there's if we were to say film movies, because like what we were talking about earlier, yeah, this would be like a film movie because like a movie that's just a popcorn movie that you're just watching because it goes through everything progressively, but just kind of it gives you all the it hits all the feelsies of the things and all that, but it doesn't really push too hard and just you enjoy it. This one does that, but it also has like some depth to it, like you just mentioned. Like that's a great observance of the Farley brothers in general. Or I mean, I'm really looking at their name and I'm like, are we sure it's not Farelli? Like it's might be Italian there. Because I'm just kind of like Farley. That's a really hard way. Like for me speaking Spanish, I'm looking at that. I'm like, this you break that 4 syllable word right there. To
Come on,
them,
man.
it's one.
It's Chris Farley. You're good.
No, but how they
I think
spell it
it's spelled
different. They
different.
don't, they don't
Yeah.
spell it the same. And Chris Farley's name looks like Farley. Like it looks like how you would spell it. Where this name is a double R, double L, Y, and it so like maybe I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything, but
Farley.
so even like that, like with their movies, like you're right, dude. With all the movies, like, what are they? Let me check real quick what else they have because it's real easy for me to kind of to get these two confused. Actually, I feel Cohen's make way more films.
Yeah. Oh no, they for sure do. They did. Oh brother, where art thou? I mean, that's
That,
a film. It's like in Sepia, whatever that is.
so
It's
here we
like
go.
what you got?
So the Farley brother. Well, here's just Bobby Farley. He has There's Something About Mary, Osmosis Jones, Me, Myself, and Irene, and Shallow Hal. Like those are great movies. And I just saw Osmosis. You saw it too, right? Didn't you recently see Osmosis Jones?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I saw it too. It was a great movie. It's an animation. Chris Rock he's a great actor. Yeah, he's got. Yeah, they got. You're right. I feel like. But I mean, even from these, we see these as comedies, but these are like. Oh man, they do write comedy, man. They write some good stuff.
hmm Kingpin, he doesn't have a hand. You know.
Amputee, you're
Like
you're right, dude.
they're always. It's like they want to project like it's not. You can keep pursuing your dream no matter what's going on. You
That's a
know.
good point, man. That's a
Yeah.
good point about Kingpin. You're right, because even at that, he doesn't win the tournament, but he still makes a
He,
lot of money because he
he's
becomes a
down and out,
sponsor.
and it's like a comeback story. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, even the way Bill Murray's character screws him over, like
Mhm.
like even that's like sometimes you got to face the music, and that person is you. Just leaves it there. Like he does that on purpose. Like he's like, oh, he's the best guy. Let me get him messed up. But I mean, even like Eva Mendes does a great role in this movie. Like she does. I understand her character more now after living in LA and after growing up a little bit more and seeing like I see her character as like, oh, she's totally like perfect for this role in that movie. And then also she's not just like some like valley girl from California. She's like a little ditzy but very positive. Very
one of one of my favorite lines from her this go around. What's a three-letter word for man's best friend? She thinks about it for a minute and says, tit. It's like, yeah, I tried that
I
too, but it
tried that
didn't work.
already.
Yeah. It's like,
That's
I swear I used to be able to do these a lot faster. And like it's so funny that they aren't aware of like all these little things that their brother was there for.
well was
you
that whole
know,
thing like you get accustomed with it, so you kind of just
yeah.
you're it's just there, and then you're like, huh? You're right, because it shows that it shows maybe that Bob's a little bit more of the down to earth one, and Walt is actually the dreamer. But at the same time, I feel like there's a balance there where
It
Walt is
really
willing to.
is.
What's up?
No, I was agreeing with you.
Oh
It
yeah,
really
sorry.
is. Like,
Yeah, like where Walt's he's like, we got to push it, and Bob's like, okay, let's go. Like he'll do it, because even like all the scenes where Bob Tanner's like on the show, like the bees, and then
hmm
he's on stage, he's like it's like that. I thought that was funny. Like, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be good. Like he's the one
he's
that's
not even performing.
he's
You
not even
know.
performing. He's screwing up. But even like they adapted for that. So look, there's adaptation there where he's wearing all black. And we
hmm
as the audience have to pretend that there's not a Matt Damon, like there's not a guy attached to another guy, and they accept like. And the whole Martha Vineyard thing, I like that they showed the clip of the football, and he shows the block. It shows like,
hmm
and then Bob scored, but you did the block, and then that's what helps Meryl Streep get into
Remember. Yeah.
remember it. And that's like that, and that's just kind of how it is in some things. Like, hey, I remember you from this. Let's talk about this, and can we hold a conversation or not? Do we get it? Do we like?
Well, and
Um,
that's the thing, man. It's like it's going horrible, and you're just like, "Oh, well, get away from there." And then it clicks, like, and she actually does remember, and you don't expect that to kind of come. Like, you just expect this to be a terrible, like a cringy scene, and it ends up actually being a good scene.
and
You
you
know what I'm
and
saying?
and you know what's cool about that scene too is that she doesn't remember them as the conjoined twins. She
Yeah.
remembers them as just the football players, which is great writing right there, man. Like,
hmm
you know, Cher, and then the Cher character with the Frankie Muniz. Like Cher, really, I gotta say, man, I gotta give Cher some credit in this role, because she's always been acting, and her roles are always a little the same. This one, she's like a diva, and I think we're supposed to know Cher as in real life as a diva. So like, I think she's like, because Cher, they was it like I don't know, Britney Spears, and you got the other ones, Christina Aguilera. You got
Yeah.
you got mostly singers that
Mariah
that
Carey.
Mariah Carey, that the divas fall under, and I think she's one of the original divas, and like, I think the fact that shows her like and she looks good too. I don't know how old she was in that. She had to be in her like 50s or 60s in
Yeah.
2003, and she looks great. And I was just like, damn, they like. I mean, granted, I understand now. I'm understanding how like there's deep fake before deep fake, but still, like, you didn't have to have a computer do it. You could just you could do angles and lighting and makeup, but still, like, she looks amazing. Um, so let's go. We're running out of time, but the guy Mo, played by Terrence Bernie Hines, that was funny. Like, is my wife there? Oh, even him, as the show progresses, the guy
hmm
that he goes from a typewriter to a laptop.
Yep.
So even there's time passing here in this movie that these guys are getting better, and they're bringing, because that is funny. They're trying to bomb this show, and it doesn't go well. It actually ends up giving them, like, they end up getting more, and it's just kind of like Hollywood fighting with it. There's a seriousness to it. Hollywood fighting with itself, and how, like, you have to, I don't know, capitalize from other people's, I guess, I don't know. They're just rolling with it, because even after they figure out, like, you see that scene where Cher's trying to get rid of him, and then you see the camera crew with Walt and Bob, and they're like, put the blue suit on Bob, and he
And it
disappears.
works.
So now it works, and she's like, damn it, like, they're starting to go a little bit more.
hmm
Um, you know what? Real quick, I am on that scene at the Big Lebowski. I kept it playing at the bottom.
Yeah.
The kid with the report card. Did he really steal a car, or I forget that whole? Whose kid is
That
that?
it's some so the guy in the Iron Lung is like some producer of a show called Branded. Oh,
Yeah,
and both of these movies are in LA.
that's true.
Yeah, okay. Um, but yeah, that's what I kind of got from that is did he probably had something to do with the car. I don't know.
Because of homework.
But
Okay,
there's
now
no money there. I mean, because the Big Lebowski didn't give him any money. He took that $1 million.
that's true. Okay, now so it cleared up, because I was like, "Where's?" Okay, yeah, I got a little confused. But the Morty O'Reilly, played by Seymour Castle, yeah, he's the guy that plays the promoter, the agent.
Yeah.
That guy.
The
He's
Oh, dude, he's hilarious, man. I like him a lot. He's like, and he's gonna get a fresh pot of coffee and $1,200 every day. You know,
like a bunch of crap, like nothing even like good stuff. Just
and that hairpiece he has on, dude. Like, it's just he looks so damn dumb.
is he still alive? No,
Uh,
unfortunately, he passed away in 2019 at the age of 84. Thank you
wow.
for your due diligence. But he also was, yeah, he was in Dick Tracy, because he's also one of the like one of the guys that help him out. What do you call it? He's one of Dick Tracy's not henchmen, but like I guess I don't know, one of his coworkers,
Partners.
partners. There you go. Because I guess his assistant or whatever. Look at this. There's a movie from 1992. It's rated R, 133 minutes called In the Soup, and it has Steve Buscemi and Seymour Castle in it. And they're it looks. I've never seen this movie before. It looks pretty cool. See, there's a lot of this. Looks like an independent film.
Yeah,
Let's,
dude. So, let's see here. Was he in the? Yeah, yeah. Seymour Cat. There's this movie with Burt Reynolds and Richard Dreyfuss. And it's called The Crew. I don't know if you ever saw that. It's like four retired mobsters playing one last crime to save
what
their retirement home.
what year?
90. No, 2000.
2000. All right, let me check it out. Maybe
Yeah,
I have. I've seen a lot of movies, but let's see. Sometimes this one.
it has Jeremy Piven in it.
Ah,
I think
I
he's
have.
one. I think he's one of their sons.
I have not seen this. Is it a good one?
Dude, yes, that's where I remember. Well, so
Oh, I do remember Jeremy Piven in this role. Okay, I kind of remember this movie. I don't remember.
yeah,
If I once I rewatch it, it'll make sense. But I've
I
seen it.
forgot it was Burt Reynolds. I thought it was somebody else. But yeah, I forgot Burt Reynolds was in this movie, man.
Burt Reynolds.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was I watched it whenever I was younger, so it may not have aged as well. And Richard Dreyfuss, dude, they must have done some makeup on him to make him look older because he could not have been that old for this
Well,
movie. He was born
Jaws
in
was
1947.
yeah, Jaws was in
Dude.
what
So
78.
yeah, but in
So
2000, I mean, he
no,
wouldn't.
I'm saying like if they age him like because Jaws he doesn't look that old. Yeah, you're right. It's
Yeah,
only been like 20 years. Yeah, because it does look like Burt Reynolds is kind of age there.
no.
Like yeah, so you're right. Yeah, he kind of maybe did because yeah,
Well,
Richard
yeah, and Burt
Dreyfuss.
Reynolds was like 10 years older than he was. He was born in 1936, and Richard Dreyfuss was born in 1947.
And a fun fact, Burt Reynolds' mustache was born the year before.
Yep.
So it's pretty good.
See, wow, wow, man. He was 1935. Yeah, Richard Dreyfuss was like 10 years younger than
Yeah.
most of the people
Now
played.
look at the bottom for these movies. Shallow Hal, Fever Pitch, The Heartbreak
Yep.
Kid, and Hall Pass.
I think those were all directed by the Farley brothers too.
Brother Bros. Yeah, Fever Pitch is what it is. Heartbreak Kid is like 50-50 with me because sometimes I'm like what, and then sometimes I watch it I'm like oh this is funny. Like there's certain
No,
scenes,
that movie's hilarious.
yeah, like and Carlos Mencia's in it too, which is
Yeah,
insane.
dude. Well, I like the part is like uh Bew or something like that is like, why don't they call him Boo? And they just all start laughing like they think that's the they think that's the funniest damn thing. Like, oh man, like Bew or Boo.
Bo,
Whatever.
right? Bo, yeah, they think it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot of things about this movie that we're diving into. There's I like the fact that it has Griffin Dunn in it, and he also plays Griffin Dunn, like as himself. And he is what do you call it? He's the movie I remember him from is not only American Werewolf in London, but he came out in a Madonna movie.
Hmm.
He came out in a movie called Who's That Girl, I believe it's called, and he plays the love interest. And I remember him from that movie, but he's always been an actor. He's got a lot of roles.
Yeah.
So he's up
I
there
like
with.
I said, I remember I was like, he looks really familiar, but I couldn't think of what I'd seen him in. Um the lady who, oh dude, we have a repeat offender. Uh from Stuck on You, from Norbit, from our original show. Uh, it's going to be Pat Crawford Brown. She is the waitress at their burger joint, and she was in Norbit. She was Mrs. Harris Henderson.
Ah, nice. That's why I was about to bring her up. Mimi. I was about to bring her up. I
Yeah.
was like, I think Mimi's been around
Hmm.
because outside of so we have Greg Kinnear, we have Pat Crawford Brown, we have yeah. So we have a few repeats.
Yeah.
Ray Rocket, Valerie, Valerie. He's Roz Rocket. So I think he played his own character. There was something else you said. That caught my attention real quick. And oh, the guy. I think his name's Danny Murphy. He plays Dickie. He passed away in 2014, unfortunately. But I think he's in a wheelchair. I think he's been in yeah he's wheelchair bound. So that's he comes out in Unstuck on You and like Me Myself and Irene, Hall Pass, and Kingpin. I remember because he always plays like a because he's the guy in Kingpin that he bowls against. I think and what does he play? He plays one of the guys like he comes out a lot. But he's at the what you were saying about them putting people like real people. I'm really starting to see it now. Like I'm really starting to see they have because not only do they have their own repeat offenders, but they have like this guy's like a special needs and they he's in there. Like that's cool. Like I'm starting to. Like, this is what I mean. Like this is like a film movie. So we might actually have that whole like there's a film, a movie, and a film movie kind of thing because it can't
Mhm.
always just be a left and a right or an up and down. It's got to be like a middle portion there. This
Dude,
might be
and
it.
also, did you realize that Ben Carson was in this movie?
No, who is he?
Yeah, he's the doctor. He's the head surgeon that separates them. That's Ben Carson, the
On the politician,
yeah, the politician, the one who ran for president in
the one
2016.
that fell asleep. The one they would say like
Hmm.
that guy. Oh
Yep.
man, that's so he wanted to be an actor. So he goes into politics. That makes sense.
Yep.
Um, so let's see what I'm looking at. No, that's crazy. I did not know he was in this. Does he have any? I wonder if he has more credits. But as I'm going through the Wikipedia, let's go for the yeah, because we're running short. We're gonna have to get off in about 13, 14 minutes because I got to give up my
Yep.
space. I screwed a silver on this one and I kind of did that whole falling asleep thing again.
No,
but
dude, you're perfectly fine.
yeah,
No, I
so
do it all the time to us as well. So
yeah.
we're good.
I just man, I don't know. I couldn't. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't sleeping properly, and then I knew it was gonna happen. I was crash out at the wrong time. But check this out. Big Lebowski budget was 15 million. It racked in 46 million at the box office. But I know this thing had to make more because it's a cult classic movie, you
Yeah.
know.
Hmm.
But just from that, it made almost three times it made three times the amount that when it was went in. That was good. Stuck on You 55 million, but it made 65 million, so it didn't almost broke even, but a little bit better, but not bad. I think. Oh, it is here. Look, Ben Carson's name pops out. Yeah, there he is. There on the Wikipedia. What do you call it? I think. Yeah, this movie. I don't know if this movie was as popular as it as I don't know. I liked it. I like Stuck on You a
Yeah,
lot.
I think it kind of was under the radar. I remember seeing it and we watched it and thought it was really funny, but and then it just kind of like went away. It wasn't anything that stuck. No pun intended. Uh, no.
The Stuck. We got it. So let's see real quick because if we are gonna like let's do the ratings. It's gonna be a fast episode. We gotta I like I said we gotta just get it over with. We could pause, but I don't know if you want to come back. I don't know if a pause is good for this. But as I'm looking at the ratings for the Big Lebowski, see on IMDb it's got an 8.1 out
Yeah,
of 761 votes. It's got an 8 point. That's a lot.
yeah. Oh, over here on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 83% on the tomato meter and a 93% audience score. Critics' consensus is typically stunning visuals and sharp dialogue from the Coen brothers, brought to life with strong performances from Goodman and Bridges. I mean, that's really straightforward. Hits the point. Yeah. What do you
Yeah,
got for Stuck on You?
Stuck on You, man. I think this is absolutely right. The Big Lebowski is it's visually appealing. 5.7 out of 10 with 52,000 votes. That's kind of low. It's like a mid range movie.
Yeah, over here on Rotten Tomatoes,
Oh,
the
come on.
tomato meter is 61%. So it's got the little red tomato, but the audience score is 35%. So I guess it wasn't too big with the audience, as people didn't think it was near as funny.
I thought
Uh,
this would be more of an audience movie than a
I thought it
tomato
would be
meter.
too. An unusually sweet and charming comedy by the Farley brothers. Fans may miss the distinct lack of bodily fluids, though. Just- I don't understand that one.
Okay.
Fans may
Yeah, what
miss
is
the
that?
distinct lack.
An unusually sweet and charming comedy by the Farley brothers. Fans may miss the distinct lack of bodily fluids, though. Oh, because of something about Mary.
Maybe.
Like, is that joke like the well? These jokes. Okay. First of all, you don't write the same movie twice, and second, these jokes are different. These jokes are in your face, but at the same time, there's like a whereas we're finding out there's like a deeper layer in there. Even
Yeah,
on
well, one of my favorite jokes from that movie was it was very subtle. It says a four-letter word for snatch, and
grab.
yeah, it's supposed to be grab, but
Puts
Walt's definition of snatch in his head was a little bit different.
Well,
So,
cause also too, think about the character. He's trying to always get laid, so he's
uh
got
huh,
that on the mind. So there he is, like with like it's just that. See, there's a lot of layers to this movie. Unfortunately, I'm sorry we're gonna have to cut it short, but this was a great movie, man. I
oh,
honestly, I think just kind of talking because I think I understand why our show is the 2 hour 2.5 hours because it really gets us to really talk about it. I feel like now with us trying to finish it a little earlier. I feel like
hmm,
I really don't. I didn't really get to talk about a lot of things I want to talk about, but at the
I
same
know.
time, I don't really know what I want to talk about. So it's just a great conversation that we're having about these movies. Let's just rate it. Let's get it over with, and then we'll
Good.
be able to like move on to the next and still talk about these two.
Yeah.
Actually, it didn't have a rating when I saw this. I just kind of went in with it, and I just already knew about Lebowski. It's kind of hard not to say this is a 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great movie. Just in all on this is, I wouldn't even say it's too dark of a comedy, but it does have dark moments. So I think maybe it is a dark comedy, but yeah, I got it like a 13. What you got?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to agree with you. 13. I mean, it hits everything. Were you entertained? Did you, it hits everything. It's a goofy, irreverent movie. It's almost a day in the life of, but it goes
True.
through a couple days. It's just a very interesting movie, and like you understand why things kind of happen to an extent, but then you're just like, why the hell is this happening?
Yeah.
Uh, what do you got for stuck on you?
11, man. It's very close because I'm trying. I'm out of nostalgia points. I'm getting low on nostalgia points and throwbacks. So I was like, I own this movie. I did watch it a lot as a kid. I did love it. I don't want that to be a big factor in my opinion. But I definitely think like it's like an 11, man. This is a funny movie, and I think as I like maybe like Clerks 2, when I watch this movie more and more, it's going to open up a lot more for me. But I'm seeing like this movie's just it's got a lot of layers now. I now when I own it, so now when I rewatch this on a DVD, I want to pick up more things on that. I want to pick up on like, oh cool, did we like you're right, dude. There's a lot of layers that's stuck on you, but I got it as an 11. What are you thinking?
I got a 10. Got
10?
it as a
Yeah,
10.
it's a good movie. Yeah, on that part. So I'm gonna take off the screen. Let's go. Boom. We got
Yeah.
about 7 minutes. This kind of from these two movies, I'm thinking since the episode's kind of short, and you want to go another round with these guys
We could.
because
We definitely could.
we could do Kingpin and then another Lebowski. I
Farley
mean
Brothers.
another Cohen brother, and just and only because we're the premise of our show is we do like a 2.5 hour conversation, and it's to really just kind of have a conversation. I don't feel comfortable with this. I don't like right now. I feel like we could have really dug into it.
Yeah.
But I think it's also because we do have a lot of content here with Farley Brothers and the Coens. They have
Yeah.
a lot of things. So I would recommend something like Kingpin and Fargo, or Kingpin and what are you thinking?
No, no, no. What we're gonna do is, I feel like honestly, with the Big Lebowski, we gave that a fair go. We gave it probably about an hour and stuck on you, man. We didn't give it near as much time. So I think if we're gonna do something next week and stick with these guys, it's gonna be Farley Brothers versus Farley Brothers. Just go
Now
with
is it
both Farley Brothers. You know,
oh Farley
take
versus Farley?
yeah, yeah. Just take two Farley Brothers movies. That way,
That's
we
a
give them
that is so
ample
true.
amount of
All right,
time.
that's a great thing. So right here off the top of the bat, Shallow Hal.
Shallow Hal. I totally yes. We should definitely do Shallow Hal, and um, I really want to say that there's something about Mary, because that's also another great movie.
God, that's a
Um,
good one. Yeah, you're right.
but
We
and
oh, dude, we're gonna about to shoot ourselves. I'm about to get hit in the mouth because it's there's something about Mary, Dumb and Dumber. It's like
oh, like, oh, we could do Dumb and Dumber. I mean, those are man
man,
alive.
I'm
It's
good, dude. They got Dumb and Dumber, Kingpin, me, myself, and Irene. We'll do Shallow Hal. Shallow Hal's
yeah. That
that's
that
one
one's
that one falls
yeah.
on my list too that I owned. So I'm cool with whatever you want, dude. I like that you threw it out there like that because that's you're right. Let's give him a little bit more oomph, a little bit more homage. What are you
What
thinking?
what about what? Let's How about this one? I'm going to throw you a curveball because this one is not one that you would necessarily. What about the Three Stooges?
I'll do that. I'll do that. This is
I mean,
side by side, baby. We got. I'll do that.
yeah, yeah.
Eh,
Let's do Shallow Hal versus Three Stooges. And Three Stooges, man. I mean, that's a PG movie. Like they weren't trying to
Oh,
go crazy with it. I do remember some. Like there was a scene where a nun took off her shirt or her deal, and it was like model, and
there you go.
she was
2012. There we go.
yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. All right, let me
So
just.
in Shallow Hal. Yeah, I think Shallow Hal's PG-13. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. We're
So
gonna do. All right, cool.
how's that sound? Does that sound
I
all right?
I am done with those because I actually haven't seen. I haven't seen Shallow Hal in a minute, and that was one of those movies that I owned where I was just like, cuckoo. It's like- so I mean, this is a great one. Shallow Hal, 2001, PG-13, 1 hour 54 minutes. I'm starting to notice the 1 hour 54 minutes thing on
Yeah.
comedies. Gwyneth Paltrow and Jack Black. It's a comedy drama fantasy. A shallow man falls in love with a 300-pound woman because of her inner beauty. Directors Bobby and Peter Farrelly, not Farley. Writers is Sean Moynihan, Peter Farley, and Bobby Farley. Stars Jack Black, Gwyneth Paltrow, and the one and only Jason Alexander, with hair in that one. The Three Stooges, 2012, PG, 1 hour and 32 minutes. It is a comedy family. While trying to save their childhood orphanage, Mo, Larry, and Curly inadvertently stumble into a murder plot and wind up starring in a reality TV show. Okay. Directors Bobby and Peter Farley. Writers Mike Cerrone, Bobby and Peter Farley. Stars Sean Hayes, Chris Diamantopoulos, and Will Sasso. So that's where we're going. We're going next week. We're still sticking with the Farley brothers. Yeah, you're right. We did give the dude his dude diligence, so we kind of got a little short. It started a little late, but it's okay. We also got other things we're doing. We're doing a lot this week, Ben and I. So we're not just there's a lot on the table, but it'll all come out. We'll be able to show it off in a little bit. But let's see. We got about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You got anything else you want to say?
Uh, man, it's been a good ride. We look at us, man. We're almost at a year. That's crazy.
I think 10 days. I need to find the
10 more
confirmation,
days.
but I think we're
Yeah,
10 days away, and we're gonna hit the year mark.
yeah.
And I'll have to give you some credit and myself some credit because I honestly just found out that 52 weeks is in a year, which I was stuck on 54 for some reason. I was adding these 2 leap years, but if you think about it, so we're at episode 48 right now.
Yeah.
You know what? I messed up. What was the one we did last week? Was it the Edwards and?
Yeah.
Was it,
Well, we didn't have one last week, so it's been like this
that's
is a.
right. This is we caught up with this one.
But
All
yes,
right,
it was Ed Wood
Johnny Depp
and Black Mass.
yeah. So we did that. Okay, because we kind of we get it. Oh yeah, because we're getting it right at the week. So that's why we didn't have one last week. We try to get it all within the same week. So we have 48 episodes, 47 episodes,
Yep.
and out of 52 weeks, so we're kind of there. We got what, 1 more week, 2 more weeks, and we'll hit 50 episodes. So almost an episode a week. We did take. I know we took off 2 weeks twice, so there'll be a little
Yeah.
gap, but we caught up on some. So yeah, we're getting there. We're moving the chains. We're getting first downs. We're getting turnovers. We're getting you're still in the basketball with 4 minutes left. With 4 seconds left, we hit the home runner. We hit the home with grand slam. And team base. But that's what we're here. So yeah, we're almost there, bud. About to hit that
Almost
year
there.
mark.
Wow,
And
that's
then
crazy, man.
and then that's when you move on to the fries, and that's when the money starts coming. That's when the big bucks start coming in. But I guess we're gonna have to let us go here. So yeah, we'll next week we're still sticking with the Farley brothers, and next week we'll get the 2.5 in. I think it's important that way. It does help us. Like actually, our brains, my brain's still
Fully
asleep.
fleshed out
Yeah,
all ideas.
and we didn't even get to really warm up today. So this is why I feel like we didn't. We went once again went straight to the episode. But well, I guess we're done. We're gonna we have no outro, so I'm gonna end it right at 1:35. So in 40 seconds, say your last bit.
Well, I'd just like to say that in this little time that I have, I will continue to speak the entire time that I have for another. Wow. Seconds don't last very long. I'm telling you that I'm going to speak this entire time and give it over to CJ for the last 10 seconds. So, not the entire time. CJ, take it away.
I just like to inform everybody that if you get the other episodes, I've taught my son to say it's been it's been 1 week since you looked
Goodbye.
at me. Bye.